Update, I overheard my wife saying, once I frame him in court, I'll take the kids, the house and everything else. I drained the accounts, cancelled every payment, and left. What she did next shocked the whole town. The next day, I braced myself for the storm I knew was coming. Kate was many things, vindictive, cunning, relentless, but above all, she was predictable when cornered. Still, even knowing her nature, I wasn't prepared for just how far she'd go. It was around midday when she stormed into my office. I was in the middle of reviewing some reports when the door flew open, slamming against the wall. Heads popped out from nearby cubicles, my colleagues craning their necks to see what was happening. And there she was, Kate, dressed to perfection but with fury blazing in her eyes. "Adelbert!" she shrieked, her voice echoing down the hallway. My boss, Mr. Fletcher, had just walked by and froze mid-step, turning to look at the commotion. My blood ran cold, but I forced myself to stay calm. "Kate," I said evenly, setting my papers down. "This isn't the time or place." "Oh, it's exactly the place," she spat, pointing a manicured finger at me. "Everyone here deserves to know the kind of man you really are." Whispers started rippling through the office as my coworkers exchanged uneasy glances. A few looked at me silently, asking if they should intervene, but I shook my head. I wasn't giving her the satisfaction of seeing me lose control. "Kate, let's go outside," I said, standing up, my voice measured. But she wasn't having it. "Why? So you can try to intimidate me like you always do?" she barked. Then, with a dramatic sweep of her arm, she turned to address the room. "Did you all know he has violent tendencies? Oh, he's charming here at work, I'm sure, but at home he's a completely different person." The air in the office grew tense. Mr. Fletcher stepped forward, his brow furrowed while my colleagues exchanged glances filled with a mix of discomfort and doubt. A few whispered among themselves, some clearly unsure of how to react. I kept my face neutral, though my fists clenched at my sides. "That's enough, Kate," I said firmly. "You know that isn't true." "Oh, don't you dare," she hissed, her voice dripping with venom. "You've been gaslighting me for years, making me feel crazy while you undermine everything I do. And now, after everything I've done for you, you drain the accounts and leave me with nothing." There it was, this wasn't about the supposed violence. This was her retaliation for taking away her access to my hard-earned money. "Kate," I said, locking eyes with her, my voice low but steady. "You're embarrassing yourself. If you don't leave now, I'll have no choice but to call security." Her face twisted into a snarl, but I saw the flicker of doubt behind her eyes. She wanted me to snap to prove her wild accusations true in front of everyone, but I didn't take the bait. Mr. Fletcher stepped forward again, his voice calm but authoritative. "Mrs. Stevens, I suggest you leave. This is a professional workplace and we don't tolerate this kind of behavior." Jaw clenched and eyes darting between me and Mr. Fletcher, for a moment I thought she might escalate further. But then she let out a bitter laugh and shook her head. "You think you've won, Adelbert?" she said in an icy voice. "This is far from over." She spun on her heel and stormed out, her heels clicking sharply against the tile floor. The room stayed silent for a beat before the murmur of whispers returned. Mr. Fletcher gave me a long assessing look before nodding and walking away. I let out a slow breath as I sat back down, the adrenaline drained from my body. My coworkers avoided eye contact, pretending to be engrossed in their work, but I could feel their unease lingering in the air. Kate thought she could destroy me with lies and theatrics. What she didn't realize was that I wasn't the same man she'd manipulated for years. I had the truth and the